We got pregnant naturally right off the bat, and we had a miscarriage then. And we pretty quickly turned to fertility treatment, an infertility specialist. We lost 5 pregnancies. We had 5 miscarriages. My final miscarriage was into my 2nd trimester, which complicated things medically. And at that point, we had started a process of adoption. I mean, the emotional and the financial were crippling. And I had to recognize that there were other aspects of my life that were suffering. I remember distinctly one time being in my office and getting that call between 1 and 2 o'clock at the fertility clinic, thinking I was pregnant, calling, not pregnant, and called my husband, and I just said, I've messed it all up. I've messed my whole life up. This is the only thing I wanted. And I couldn't do anything to control it.
Infertility doesn't always end with a baby. As you just saw, we're joined with our very own Teri Hart, who, for the first time last month, opened up about her struggle with infertility. With her, also welcome fertility doctor, Timea Belej-Rak. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Teri, after that aired on City Line just a few weeks ago, you were inundated with a wave of support and understanding. What do you want people to know? Because you had 6 years worth of trying, many failed attempts and miscarriages, and now here you are, and you want everybody to know it doesn't always end with a baby.
No, I mean, I think that we are getting better and better about talking about infertility. I think we're getting better and better about understanding that it is an epidemic, and more couples, people are going through very, very difficult, long, expensive procedures. But we most often hear the story of people who end up with a baby, and that is thrilling and that is exciting, and we should sing to the high heavens about that every single time it happens. But I think that what I discovered from going on City Line and telling that story, which is a difficult one to speak about publicly, is that to talk about all aspects of the experience removes some of the shame from people who don't end up with a baby. I had letters from women who were in their 60s. I had letters from women who were in their late 20s. The gamut of people who have had to stop the treatment for a bunch of reasons, whether it be medical, financial, physical, emotional. There's so many reasons why you might need to stop and look at your life in a different way.
And it is so common. It affects 1 in 6 couples?
1 in 6 couples, which translates to about 2 to 3 million people in Canada. And while we talk about support, we have a lot of support for couples going through infertility. However, I feel we also should have a support group for those who have not ended up with the baby. And that's why I included a chapter specifically about this in my book, because there was a couple that's described there that did not end up with a baby like you. However, they redefined their terms of what family means to them. They congratulated each other about how hard they went and how hard they worked on their journey to become a family, and they realized that they were able to be a family and have a meaningful, joyful, and purposeful life despite not achieving that baby that they first thought that they really needed.
And what do you want people out there to know, Teri, because I know we go through the same thing, where we get judgment, we're in the public eye, and you know, I had somebody write me, #Dina, choose love over money and fame, as if we choose this. They shame you, they think you're lesser than, that you must not be a good person because you don't have a child. They don't think about the ramifications of how that feels to be judged.
No, and it is judgment.
Yeah.
And I've done that enough with myself. Thanks, I don't need anybody else to do it. I know what this feels like more than anybody does, or anybody can assume about my life and what my life looks like, which is great. I have a great life.
And you're happy.
And I'm happy.
Yes.
But there is this that sometimes is at the center of my life and sometimes is on the fringes of my life, but it will always be a part of me. And I guess really, I don't think that we need to stop asking people if they have kids, if they don't have kids, but just be aware if you do ask that question, do you have kids? For a lot of people, it's not a simple yes or no answer anymore. For a lot of people, they're in the middle of trying. They're on one side or the other of a big decision in their life. And it is Infertility Awareness Week. Let's be aware of all aspects of it.
Well said.
And there is so much that we can do to help couples these days, and so that's the other thing I would like the viewers to know, is that sometimes when you think you're going down one path, another one might open up, or another one that you never really considered. So there's so many ways that we can help couples these days.
And talk about it because it helps to heal. Teri, thank you so much. You're super strong for doing this again today. And Dr. Timea, thank you. BreakfastTelevision.ca for more information.